Alright, just adjust a couple things here, and we should be going. Hello. It's just me today, mostly because I didn't quite realize when the cube was ending, which is tomorrow at 10 a.m., until today. I thought it ended on Wednesday, which is just bad timing, but noticed, like, oh, cube's still going, and I wanted a cube before it disappeared, and everyone else is, like, asleep, so figured I'd just do it anyway. Yeah. So, just me, and this will be an interesting... Cube's still around, right? Yeah, here we are. Yeah, so the cube is around until tomorrow. Tomorrow, the full block, or not, I guess full block is actually the correct way to put it. Tomorrow, the Eldritch Moon pre-release events start. These will be, like, Friday through Monday. I think they have, like, a Swiss draft queue, and then the normal pre-release sealed stuff, which means I'll generally won't be doing any of that over the weekend. But come Monday, they'll start having the actual queues that I want to play in, and we'll see some of that. I have yet to draft Eldritch Moon, so that'll be pretty cool. Anyway, let's jump in the queue for this. It looks like it might be a little bit of time to wait. Yeah, I'm glad Chandelar is finished as well. That was very fun. Howdy to everybody in the zoo. Howdy to everybody in the archives. A dingo. But yeah, I did want to at least do one vintage cube before it disappeared, because it's the power cube. Yes, this is the vintage cube. This is the power cube. This is the Mox cube. This is the Lotus cube, etc. This is where a lot of nasty things can go. Yeah, the Hearthstone stuff in a couple hours. I thought it was 11 a.m. Because they had put it in PST on their site, but realizing it was in China made it make a lot more sense. Cryptic Command versus Balance. Is anticipate in the top left spot. That's weird. This isn't sorted the normal way. I wonder if that's a... Oh, this is sorted by name now. No? No. A, B, C, E, F. But then all of a sudden, like, Inquisition's down here. Like, it looks like it's alphabetical, but then all of a sudden it's not. I wonder what the sorting mechanism is for this, then. It certainly isn't rarity. I'm tempted to get Cryptic Command. Oh, God, or Treachery. This is tough. I don't think the Inquisition collector number. Like, so the cards that speak to me in this, Cryptic Command, Treachery, and Balance. Those three are the ones that speak out to me the most. I'm uncertain if Cryptic or Treachery is the best card here. I can't speak well enough about Treachery. This card is free, this card is mind control, and in a world of powerful cards, it's amazing. But Cryptic Command is also just a win target game card. Also, blue is something I definitely want to be in this cube. Like, I can easily just pick up this Brainstorm and be fine. Ooh, Nahiri, you say. Interesting. Interesting. So let's go ahead and pick up the Brainstorm here and commit a little heavier to blue. I mean, blue is what everybody's doing in this. It's just a fact of the vintage cube. You generally have like 5 or 6 people in blue. Not like blue is their main, but like even just splashing for Ancestral or Time Walk. It feels like, at least. I would love to get those statistics to see how correct that is. Like how many. The thing about Balance in this cube is that this is the cube with Moxes, Signets, and a bunch of other artifact mana. And artifact mana is the bane of Balance. Like, it's what you want with Balance, but it also makes your Balance worse. Like, it you know, it's kind of like Geddon in this cube. Geddon in this cube is nowhere near as powerful as it normally is, because, like, you Geddon, it's like, cool, I have a Mox and a Signet still, I'll play a land and be on 3 mana. It's important to note Deceiver Exarch was in that pack. Okay, so we have a couple different directions we can go. I guess I'll list them all. I could be safer and pick the blue card, and I don't like that option. I could be interesting and pick up Grizzlebrand, which brings us into some sort of reanimator, maybe a combo deck, maybe a something like that. I could pick Bloodbraid Elf for the greed. Or I could pick up Monastery Mentor, which is, I think, the card I'm leaning towards, is Monastery Mentor. I realize I just passed up the balance, but like Monastery Mentor with cards like Cryptic Brainstorm backing up, especially with like Moxen in the cube, this is a powerful card. I think it's between this and Grizzlebrand in my mind. And Grizzlebrand could turn into, like, could be very powerful. Hey, Kabanaw, let's play Gush. What about Gush? Also, Kabanaw, do you want to jump in? Are you in a position to jump in? I always like having somebody with me on these. I'm not the biggest fan of solo. But yeah, we're definitely doing the Gush plan here. I don't really think there's a competing pick here. Like, Secure the Waste is cool. Murderous Cut is cool. Like, Bolus, I suppose, is cool. Buried Alive would have been neat if I'd picked the Grizzlebrand up. Thought Adele steals artifacts. You have to pay the mana cost to cast them. Island Walk means it's unlockable a lot of the time in this format, but it's nowhere near on the power level of Gush. Yeah, it steals a Mox or Lotus or Bull Ring from your opponent's deck. The same thing it does in Elder. Wasteland. I don't like Tez. I also don't really know how much I like Mirren Crusader. I'm kind of thinking about picking up the Wasteland and like making sure I have a disruptive pick around. Kolaghan's Command is nice, but that's a lot of colors. It's very powerful though. I do like Mirren Crusader. In this format, it's a main deck card, Hydrite. In almost every other format, you would think it's a sideboard card, and you'd be 100% correct. But in this format specifically, there's a lot of artifacts. I'm thinking about the Tez. There is a Pack Rat in here as well, and I could pick up the Pack Rat, and that would be an interesting 3-color vector. I'm picking up the Wasteland, and ooh, now if I wanted to be 100% in on this stuff, I could pick up the High Tide and go for broke. High Tide with Dak on the front here. This was printed as a promo in a Magic comic book starring Dak back during Innistrad proper, give or take, maybe a little after Innistrad proper. Yeah, I think it was a little after. Sadly, I'm not gonna speculatively pick the High Tide and hope the Palinchron wheels. That would be. How many swords are in this format? I do not know. However, Sword and Light Shadow is the. There we go.
Hello.
Hello. All right, I'm going to give you sight after I pick this Kitchen Fink.
Ooh, good.
All right, so in this pack we have Geist of Saint Traft, Hero of Bladehold, and Riftwing Cloudskate, and Spellskite.
All right. And I missed a Wasteland. Okay, cool.
Oh, yep, a Wasteland and a Finks.
Cool.
So, the question here is, like, what's the most useful to us? You know, like.
Let's see.
My gut tells me Geist.
I think Geist is pretty much what we want in this deck.
Right. Like, Hero Bladehold is also very powerful.
Yeah.
And also High Dark Confidant. But, like, Geist is very difficult to kill, and if we find something like Sword of Body and Mind, or... Oh
yeah,
my god!
how about that?
What is this?
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh,
Holy
man.
shit.
I mean, Sword of Body and Mind is, like, the most powerful sword in Limited.
Yeah. But holy shit. Holy shit. I want all of
then
these.
again, like, Reflector Mage is kind of what we want of playing Geist, right? Like, we want to play Geist and then bounce their creature and then attack with Geist and then have them dead in 3 turns.
Or do we want Resto?
Ooh. These are some good questions. I don't know. I think Sword of Body Mind is still probably the most powerful, especially if we're gonna make a bunch of dudes we can put it on.
I hate this because I'm passing like 4 cards I want in our deck.
Yeah.
Ew,
Oh yeah, anticipates.
gonna pass on Brimaz because
We need more spells for this deck.
we'll also like
We're pretty set on threes, as it turns out.
yeah. So yeah, we are Gush.
Yeah, I love that. Because I just the other week I had listened to a little discussion about how Gush is too good and should probably be restricted in Vintage.
Gush is too good. It's
Because
so
basically the
powerful.
only metric for it, which is the Vintage Super League, like 7 of the decks in that were playing Gush.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of the games of the Vintage Super League that are like Gush v Gush, and they're like they're these incredible matchups. I'm gonna steal Linvala.
Yeah, sure. Only thing on color here.
Ooh,
Hmm.
okay.
Okay.
See, I like that a lot more. I don't think it matters what I take here,
Nah,
but
not really. Okay. It's a decent card.
and Dark
Some-
Confidant.
Sure.
But yeah, the worst part there was that pack that had 5 cards for us was our pack we only got 1 card from.
Yeah,
A bit sad.
that sucks.
All right. Yeah.
You know, we picked up a lot of really good creatures, and I don't hate any of them, but like this deck just kind of doesn't want them. At least what this deck originally was started out to be.
Right. It's like I started picking the Monastery Mentor with Cryptic and oh, that's almost ancestral.
Sure, yeah.
Uh, or do we want a Titan of various quality?
Like I said, I think we want to. It depends on which direction we want to go. Do we want to just be like, if we want to be unfair, we play the mentor deck, right?
Right. Um. Hmm. I still think like, even in the Mentor deck, like I want like the recurring Titan.
Yeah, that's true.
Like just based like obviously I'm not even going to like yeah if this were ancestral recall like I'd obviously but like we have a lot of threes that we can just pick right up with Sun Titan. I guess we have a Wasteland too, which is nice.
Now, the question would be, do we think Sun Titan or Frost Titan will wheel?
Honestly, I want Seeker of the Way to wheel.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's the like yeah I actually want Frost Titan to wheel. I don't think either Titan would wheel if I passed either of them.
Okay. So then you take the Sun Titan.
Yeah,
We'll just open Recall our next pack and it's fine.
right. I do want to find like if I could Azorius Signet would be like incredible. Force a Will.
Yeah, I think Force. We're not really heavy on blue cards though.
We're not yet. This is only pack one, pick two, pack one, or sorry,
That's fair.
pick two, pack two. So we're not like
If we'd continue to pick up spells at the rate that, would have worked, I would say Delver, but that doesn't really work for what the deck is right now.
right. Right now, there's only 4. Like what we need is we need a couple more blue spells like that are like nice early things like these two. We need, and then we need like I want a Wrath,
Yep.
and then go from there. Honestly, if anything I want to wheel out of this, it's probably like Wall of Omens. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great to get back.
Yeah. But yeah, I like having a... See, the thing is also that this is going to be a format where people are going to be doing unfair stuff at us.
So having a free thing to throw at their unreasonable thing is good.
Right. Like, this is a format of unfair maneuvers.
How do you feel about the Dragon Lord?
Yeah.
Or how do you feel about partial color Signet?
Partial colored Signet's actually really fine because...
See, I feel like we're fine on the big game-ending creatures.
Right, that's the other thing. Like, like, oh, I could replace, like, Baneslayer on this or whatever,
But,
or, like,
like,
Nvala, but,
Who
like,
cares? Yeah, like...
Partial Colored Signet lets me cast Finks fully.
Mm-hmm.
It also lets me get up to some of this stuff a little easier.
Right. And like you said, if anybody decides to get in you, you have some other stuff. It's a non-creature spell for Monastery Mentor.
Yeah. Ojutai has card advantage, but like the biggest thing about Ojutai is usually that it's just game ending and
It's
they
also a
can't.
5-power flyer. Like that's his main
Right.
feature.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's necessary to pick it here, and I want like the Signet's good for what we have.
How about perfect color signet
Oh, perfect color Signet versus Sword.
or swords? Oh, but swords is exactly what this deck needs.
Right. I perfect color Signet. Of course, perfect color Signet has to come at a time where like there's the 4 cards in this pack I want right now. Like perfect color Signet, Swords, Blade Splicer, and SoFi. Because like
More Power Stone wouldn't mind either.
yeah, that would be in there too.
Maybe one of those will come back.
Yeah, I really want more swords because the big thing is like Mirror Crusader I wasn't too heavy on, but if we're white enough to actually be able to cast this thing,
Yeah.
sort of like any swords on Mirror Crusader are game ending.
Man, sort of body mind makes him what, pro black, green, blue.
Yeah,
Basically anything that can destroy him. I guess red could still get him, but then he's got
4
toughness.
four
so
toughness.
Who cares? Yeah.
Yeah, and we have the Swords of Plowshares, so. Okay.
That seems about right.
This one seems pretty straightforward. Wingmare is not good.
Not for our deck.
I cannot. This is. Let me rephrase. The card's fine, but you basically want Thalia 100% of the time over it.
Completely.
Yeah. So
Either Thalia.
I also am a really big fan of having a fetch with a Brainstorm.
Yeah. Yeah, completely.
Yeah. So.
And hopefully we'll find a good target for that fetch, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Like obviously, like we want Tundra, but we would accept like any duel.
Yeah.
So, in this pack here, we have Elspeth Knight Errant and Supreme Verdict.
Ooh, you said you wanted that Wrath.
Is that better than just Elspeth Knight Errant?
Elspeth is really good.
Right.
Like, Elspeth can just end the game on her own.
Right.
And our 4 slot isn't super huge right now.
Well, not honestly, like Linvala, I consider a pretty
Cuttable card.
yeah, like a cuttable thing.
Yeah. I would say Elspeth. There's many Wraths to take.
Right, like we might just like, and Supreme Verdict is the one we want the most because it's pitchable to force and it's very castable.
And there's always the slight chance that it wheels. It's probably not going to.
I would
but
say this pack looks pretty thin. Like for
Yeah.
for 8 other cards, I don't foresee that very easily.
O-Ring seems like the number one here.
Yeah, Exalted is pretty dang good and all, but
We already got Baneslayer, so thank you, but no thank you.
yeah, we'll pass. And more like O-Ring is very good in this format because we're in a world where there's like it necessitates like planeswalker removal or artifact removal.
And it just works well with any of, like, basically any of our 3 drops.
How do you get 2 colorless in this format? Soul Ring, Mana Crypt,
Worn Power Stone.
Worn Power Stone, Basalt Monolith, Grim Monolith. You do it in Broken
Wasteland?
Ancient Tomb. Basically, you cast Kozilek off of being a gigantic jerk.
How about Council's Judgment?
I like having unconditional removal that can stop literally anything, including like Geist of St. Traft style things.
So, how about instead of having a Wrath, we just have every unconditional removal spell?
I'm fine with that. Then it just means we need to find something like Factor Fiction or a power. We need a power draw spell, which we don't have yet. Our blue, we have. I say as Gush is in the deck. I'm a gigantic liar to you all. Like,
What we need is Sphinx's Rev.
yeah, listen to me lie to everybody here, and it's fine. Our deck still looks heavier white than blue.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, well, how about that?
Also consider the Hangerback Walker, but I feel like the Seeker is, for one, it's
Seeker?
it's better
Coming
than
back says we might. Blue seems pretty, or white seems like, because what was left in white
it was
besides
just
Seeker of the Way?
It was
Yeah, it was
just
just Seeker of the Way.
Yeah, there was a Frost.
So-
The other cards in here we wanted were Frost Titan and And
Visions,
Visions, yeah, Visions.
which
Yeah. Thoughtseize is
not
going around
likely.
because black is generally not Delver back and Wall of Omens back.
Delver, we have so many non like sorcery instant.
3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like it's 7 right now for Delver.
Mm, I'm sure with that over just an 0-4 that draws us a card.
Right, like this is just. Damn, that's harsh.
Yeah,
I don't believe Delver sucks. I just don't believe that Delver is for the deck. Leon Relic Warder is probably a
sure,
better.
that's fine.
That's actually wow.
Hey,
And I guess we get the Vryn Wingmare, which I'm not going to
sure.
actually play. And yep,
All right, and yeah, that didn't come back. Oh well.
all right,
Brain freeze. Hell yeah, we're getting there.
we're getting there. Okay, like I said, I want some more blue. Delver
Yeah,
will
absolutely.
Delver would definitely flip like 7 and like it. Right now it's 7 and 40 if I was playing this because none of the instants and sorceries in the deck right now are really cuttable outside of like
Let's see.
anticipate.
There's lots of two blue spells I want to see show up in this pack, like Venser and Jace the
Jace
Mind
Mind
Sculptor.
Sculptor. I'm more looking for like either like blue spells like Mana Drain or
Yeah, some counter spells.
even just counterspell flat. Azorius Signet and Supreme Verdict and Wheel. That doesn't surprise me because we had a. That doesn't surprise me because of that one pack we had that was something like uh, Resto Angel. Like it was like 5 cards we wanted. The like Resto Angel plus Phyrexian Metamorph plus like there's a lot of things in there that were really powerful.
So if we want more things at end games, we got Moloko and Elspeth
Right, or Batterskull even.
or Batterskull. If we want the cheap blue spell, we got Get Probe.
Yeah, we have Get Probe if we want more cheap blue things for Seeker and Monastery Mentor. Um, we're not storming, but we have Monastery Mentor, which is like
Kind of a storm card.
it's something different. I'm honestly kind of looking at Elspeth.
Yeah, I am too. Like as far as 6 drops goes, that's maybe the best.
Yeah, it's very powerful, and like I know that there's also a
It's
Batterskull
also a
here.
Wrath for like when things are really bad and they have a bunch of 4+ power creature.
That's the other reason I was considering it is that it gives me some sort of removal as well for like a fake Wrath of God. Um,
It doesn't help, if our opponent.
I do.
Well, it helps in some cases if our opponent slams down a Avenger Zendikar. At least you can get rid of the Avenger.
Right. Wow, this one's looking very thin for what we want, because, like, I'm not really a deck that wants to be playing Fiend Hunter, of all things.
No,
Is Maze
Mana
of...
Tithe is there?
Yeah, Manatithe, or even, like, Maze of Ith.
Yeah. It seems like it's a decent pickup here.
Yeah. Phyrexian Revoker's not bad either. Manatithe. Not the counterspell I was hoping to see.
No, not quite.
Yeah, double Garrick in this pack.
But considering like everything, or we're expecting our opponents to play stuff on curve, then Mana Tithe can get them.
Maybe I just want the Revoker, because this does answer a lot in the format.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that. I don't want the Thing in the Ice. Basically, if I wasn't willing to pick Delver of Secrets, why the heck would I pick this? It needs 4 instants and sorceries.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Delver only needs 1. Thing isn't really good, even if you had like a billion instances of sorceries. It's just not a very powerful.
Well, you could pick Mana Tithe again.
Oh, sweet! I could pick up Force Spike and pick up Manatithe again. That'd be nice. I feel like Elish Norn is the final creature to make the deck.
Yeah, that seems right. We play Elesh Norn, and then we no longer pick any creatures. We only pick spells.
Right. Unless we'll pick creatures. I mean, like the last picks will come around. Like
Sure. But like, if we have a choice between creatures and good spells, we pick the good spells.
Right.
Promise here we have like Quicken and Force Spike as our
Yeah, unless I
possible
wanted
choices.
like Time Spiral, but I'm not a combo deck, so I really don't. Like, you don't want to just cast Time Spiral nude, because it's just like, okay, I cast Time Spiral, untap, play a fair creature, go, and then your opponent's like, sweet, I have 7 new cards? Like, what the hell were you thinking? So, but this is going to be very good with Elspeth, with Monastery Mentor.
It also basically acts as the second half of the Wrath that Elspeth doesn't do. We could just take Wrath here.
We could just take a Wrath here.
Yeah.
Looking at Thirst, I don't think we're thirsty.
Thirst. Yeah, not really. We
We're
got 3 artifacts. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not thirsty. Nev's Disc would also be a choice here too, but I like just having a flat Wrath. Also, like the other Linvala, aka the like if you're playing against red deck and somehow land this, you just win the game.
Spirit of Labyrinth is like antithetical to our deck.
Well, Spirit of the Labyrinth is still pretty funny in this format because I have seen people like screw up and not realize what this does.
Yeah.
And be like, I'll try to cast my recall or whatever, and it's like,
I'll
okay,
cast Brainstorm on my turn. Oh
whoops,
no!
whoops, you lose the game.
Now I have to put 2. Now I have. Whoops! I accidentally just plowed myself under.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do. Call on the stunted growth. All right, so here we have Strip Mine versus the sword that you want to have on Mirrored Crusader.
The sword that gives them everything but pro blue.
Pro blue is the only thing that's missing
Man.
there, and you basically can get a kill with that very simply. It's versus Strip Mine. Ugh. And I have a Sun Titan.
Your 3's pretty crowded as is.
Right.
But yeah, like man, Strip Mine and Wasteland with Sun Titan.
Yeah.
Like let me chef kiss that. That is disgusting.
The only thing we're missing is like like another artifact mana source or two. Like we can't get to that Sun Titan very quickly.
No. Yeah, that would be like spells and man acceleration is basically all we want at this point.
Right, and land is very nice for, well, Gideon. What we want, or is Westvale Abbey what we want? Gideon is another spell, so it triggers Monastery Mentor and Seeker. It's also another creature, so it breaks that rule we made for ourselves. Like
yes, but it's a creature like that is also removal.
Right. I think it just is the pick.
Yeah, that seems correct here.
Like I want to live in a world where we can Westvale Abbey with Elspeth with.
Oh man, that'd be fucking. Westvale Abbey does actually fit in our deck pretty well, doesn't it?
I don't know how much colorless sources I want to add.
Yeah,
though,
that's fair. We're already running, like that'd be our 3rd colorless source.
Right.
Limited deck. That's getting a little, especially because we got a lot of double weight going on here.
And no fixing flat.
It's also Spectral Procession.
Yeah. How many 3s do we want? And how hard? We were just talking about how hard white is.
Well, it could be a 4.
I'm thinking about picking Moat, and it's probably a sideboard card.
Yeah, totally. Like the red deck comes in, and we're just kind of like, all right, whatever, fucker.
Spectral's Spectral's obviously powerful. I guess Spectral also makes a Monastery Mentor token.
Yeah.
Do I just admit that I'm like a white-based creature deck?
I think so.
Yeah, you're
I
probably.
think that we ended up we made it there.
We picked like Cryptic, and then like everything went like a different direction, and now Revelark's here to save the day.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Except for it's not.
Are you also just rubbing your hands together?
Yes.
Good.
Did you know that there was a fast bond in one of the packs we found?
Oh man. If only we could just destroy our life total to destroy their lands.
I would destroy my life total, destroy their lands every time. Anyway, goodbye, Revelark.
Yep. You'd be cool in this deck. Like, for real. You do a lot of work in this deck. But,
Get Probe.
yeah, sure. Get Probe seems correct.
I'd say it's
It's
versus
a free spell.
basically like are we an Izumaru deck?
We're not
and
we're not that kind of deck.
I don't think we're that fast. Like we could be. Like I could pick Izumaru, flip in Mardu, Woe Reaper, and like these little white things, and then just.
We'll do that when we go to game 3 with 5 minutes on the clock.
That's easy enough. I'm not dropping the blue.
No, God, no. I guess Fiend Hunter, sure.
Yeah.
Like, we really need it. Oh boy.
I don't care about any of these.
Sure.
I actually like Spirit of the Labyrinth a lot.
Hell yes. Oh man. Man, like we got the signet for it, right? Fuck small Gideon.
Goodbye, Tiny Gideon. We're
We're getting there. All right, cool. So how many forests do we play? Like
one.
one? Yeah, that sounds right.
Sadly, we don't have like. There was a point where we had like a Trop Island, but there were better things.
Yeah.
All right. Like this definitely could have ended up being some sort of like white aggressive deck, but our
This is way more fun and
you know,
cooler.
I was gonna say the existence of Crucible of Worlds killed that. Basically, if Crucible hadn't shown up, I would have picked Kidian, and then like all of a sudden this becomes a white aggro deck. All right,
And we would have gotten stomped by the first person doing something unfair.
right. That's how this format works because we don't even have boxes or anything like that.
Nope.
So, we need to make 7
Seven.
cuts.
Yeah. So what is our top end looking like right now? Do we want everything in our 5 to 6 range or 5 to 7 range?
Let's take a look. I feel like Spectral can just kind of
Yeah, that's fine.
leave. Heck, I feel Spirit of the Labyrinth probably can too. It can come in certain matchups. I feel like one of our twos
Drops.
or one of our threes. Like, what's our worst 3?
Man, is it almost weird enough? I feel like Kitchen Things might be our worst 3. Unless it's Mirror Crusader, because we really only have that one equipment.
All right, I'm gonna do something for the just to take a look at this. What does this look like on no blue? Because let's set these all up here. Spectral in, like Leon Relic Warder in.
Like Lone Vala in? Or no, this is already at.
This is already at. I'd have to
Oh.
make a cut from this.
Shit, we could totally do it.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's like
Like
kitchen.
Revoker?
Yeah.
I don't really like Revoker pre-sideboarded, honestly. Because, like... Well, actually, I guess Revoker is... No, wait, it's Python Needle's the one that sucks.
Yeah, Python Needle's the
I-
one that sucks. This one has a body.
Yeah.
How about Day in this deck?
Not really. I mean, we could just do this. Like, what are we missing out on? Geist. Really, what we're missing is Geist, Cryptic, and Force. Although Force, honestly, wouldn't, like...
The big issue there is there's 2 big issues there. One is that I did end up with literally no fixing.
Yeah.
Which means Cryptic Command is incredibly difficult to cast. 2, Force of Will with 7 blue cards is also very difficult to rely on, especially when every single one of those is something like. I'd have to throw away a cantrip for me to not hate it. Like if I forced using Gush, I would feel like the worst.
Now, here's my last question. Could we Splash Geist?
It's possible. I don't even know if it's necessary with all our 3s.
That's fair. Okay, cool.
I feel like
This
I
seems
want
like a real deck.
I feel like I want to splash the fast bond to be real.
Hell yeah, that sounds. Then do we all? Then in that case, we want to play Fledge Strand.
Uh, we can play a fetch, like just as a fetch. I don't know. I guess is there a reason in this deck that we would want to be fetching? Yeah, well, of course, yes, we play Flooded Strand, 100%.
Yeah, good call.
100%.
Good call.
100%.
I guess when all your non-basics sacrifice themselves for an effect, Crucible starts seeming pretty good.
Yeah. And yeah, because we have Titan as well.
Oh, and Titan. Yeah. Yep. Good call.
So how many forests then do we include on this? Like 3?
Yeah. I mean, we can include like a good number, right?
I want to say like 3 is safe. We have some double white costs that we want to hit early.
Yeah.
Like Relic
That'd be
Warder isn't real on early.
That'd be
but
3 and 11 then.
That'd be fine.
Yeah. I'd feel safe maybe going 4 and 10, but I think 3 and 11 is just fine.
We do have the Signet as well as a 4th source.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair then. And we
do-
don't really only have the fastball that needs it, so
Get Pro is the only
we could
other.
just play Get Probe.
I guess, question, do we have a card we don't want?
No, not really.
Like,
I guess Leon and Relic Warder we don't really. I mean, he'll usually hit, right?
in this, the thing is, in this format, there's always, like, in almost every other format, like other than Vintage Cube, I usually say like, oh, Naturalize is a sideboardable card. This format has a ton of artifacts you want to hit.
Oh, you know what? It's got GTA in it.
Right. Well, it has GTA, it has all the swords, it has all the signets, it has all the moxes, it has Time Vault, it has all this other stuff. Mentor is looking very good. We have 12 creatures and 11 non-creature spells for Mentor.
That rules.
Mentor rules here. So does Seeker of the Way. The big thing to note about Mentor of the Meek, not Mentor of the Meek, Monastery Mentor, because Mentor of the Meek would be much worse, is that it is prowess, not like Delver.
Mm-hmm. Although, Mentor of the Meek with Monastery Mentor.
Yes.
That's a sick combo for you right there. Right down at home, everybody.
What is the Flooded Strand doing? Working with Crucible Worlds and Sun Titan. That's it.
Yep.
That's the entire point.
It's pulling out more lands.
Mm-hmm. And then if you're wondering what the Fast Bond is doing, take a look at Strip Mine plus Crucible. We wanted to... Basically, we're playing a Vintage Cube deck. We need our deck to include one unfair element.
And that's Fast Bond, Crucible Worlds, and Strip Mine.
Right. That is our full... That is our like engine that once we get going, we pay 6 life, strip away every single one of their lands, and just call it a day.
And then every time that they play another land, we just play a land from our graveyard and say, no, you don't.
Yep. And honestly, from there, I think where's my 4 contract from below? That's a really good question. This deck would probably be improved by splashing black for a contract from below.
I mean, wouldn't every deck be improved by splashing black for contract from below?
Well, like, what if we played Urg Raiders, you know? Like, actually, better question. Can we beat Urg Raiders? You know, that's going to be a really common deck around here, is the Urg Raiders deck. I think we could beat Urg Raiders because, like, Spirit of the Labyrinth and Blade Splicer. Like, they just have to attack into the 3/3. It's fine.
Well, we also got Mirror Crusader, so, you know.
This is the first deck in a while where I feel like our top end is restrained, but incredibly powerful.
Yeah, we're only playing like what is it, 6 cards above 3, but all of them are redonkulously good.
Yeah, very happy with.
Oh, Chandelar deck is easily better.
Oh God,
Chandelar deck can play an unlimited number of Moxen and Lotuses and contracts from below, like.
We're missing a couple things. Like, imagine if I had picked Hero of Bladehold over the Geist, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
and
totally.
There's you can always second guess and go back on every single draft, but I feel like with how this played out, we have a very powerful deck. How many times have I had a draft where I thought that went perfectly, you know? Like, how many times I mean, in the sense that there was no way to improve on the choices. It's very rare where you find that. This hand doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't. And basically just means that we're going to end up having 10 lands by turn 5.
Yeah, this hand doesn't do anything. I'm going to mulligan. This hand does a little...
This hand has top end and a fetch, and I really don't want to go to 5. This hand does something.
Yeah, I'm willing to keep that with Mirror Crusader in the hangout. Like, if we can just win on turn 5.
Play swamp. Play swamp. Damn. Whatever. If we're playing green, we also got Burr green. We're good.
It might be that I want Blade Splicer on 1. And then we play the plains in case we top deck Spectral.
Yep.
Looking good, though. Like, we might be able to get this sword going very well.
So assuming that we get another land by 5, we probably want to play, like, Mirror and Blade, then sword, right?
I'm wondering if I, like, go Blade first here. Like, is my opponent's holding up a counter, right?
Probably.
Like,
I would say Blade first.
Like, Blade first, Mirren second, because Mirren's the one I kind of want down more. And on that turn, I also get to waste land if I want.
Yeah, which, like, depending on what they have, taking out the Temple of Abandon might be pretty good.
Right, that cuts them off color. If this resolves, I feel like I'm in a world of, like, incredible power, but I highly doubt it. Why would our opponent pass on 3?
No way.
Okay, Metal, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
I was gonna say, so, like, trying to wasteland there wouldn't have worked either.
No.
So next turn I go Wasteland, kill that, and then in second main or whatever I go ahead and... Oh boy, alright.
Oh. Pacing us.
Okay.
Ooh.
Does that change the plan?
I think we... Do we just slam Finks?
Yeah, I kind of want to resolve something here. I'm going to try Finks. Again, he might have Counterspell, he might have Mana Drain. He can't have Mana Leak. He might have Remand. He might have Miscalculation.
They don't really care about the life... They wouldn't really care about the Life King here. Yeah, they're just Counterspelling
That's
it.
Counterspell.
Sure,
okay.
yeah, alright.
This is fine if I keep burning counters. I think I want to blow up the
Temple?
temple, yeah.
Yeah. We'll blow up the temple and then Seeker the way.
Kind of want to play the Mirror Crusader.
Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah.
Can't get dazed or whatever, so...
Right, it could get miscalced, but...
Yeah, but... Or they could just have a hard counter spell.
Again, like, it's fine. They could have, like, this could be them playing Snake or something
cool.
like that. Okay, I'm very happy to have Mirror Crusader resolve.
What are they fetching?
Green.
They fetch a
Green.
red-green?
It's going to be green. Oh, wow.
Oh,
that was
wow.
not what I expected.
Okay.
That's good.
I think they're just... Their secondary color is probably red at this point, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can confirm that now. So this is going to be something that kills my guy. Oh,
magic.
shit.
Yikes.
No wonder they let it resolve.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like a Seeker Sword.
Yeah, just get them both down while they only have one mana up. Do you Sword first or Seeker first?
Sword first.
Yeah. So you have mana up so they can't, like, daze or... I don't know, what's the one mana...
Force Spike?
Blue, yeah, Force Spike. What's the blue mana type called?
Anyway, Gideon Jura might have to come down and kill my own Mirror Crusader if things get bad. Okay, they are just flat, like...
They're just everything. Why not?
So basically, it looks like the name of the game is, can I land a creature? Because if the answer is yes...
Yeah, like, are they gonna... Do they got Burn Force here?
I'm taking 4, right? Like, that's...
Yeah, you're gonna take 4 damage.
Unless he passes, so I can't attack in, but...
Interesting choice. Well, then I guess...
What, like Gideon Plus?
Gideon Plus, yeah, why not?
Don't attack, I don't want to.
Besides, we totally could attack in with that if we wanted to.
I guess I could,
Shouldn't.
but...
I don't think we should, because, you know... Well, they're not gonna have pump spells.
Right.
And we'll just see if they even let this, like, let it live through all this.
Well, they can't Cryptic or Force me. Like, we know a number of counterspells they don't have. And they have burned a couple already.
Yep. I mean, how many counterspells do you play in a vintage cube deck?
Probably 5.
Any number?
5 or 6.
Yeah. So they can still have plenty more, but,
yeah.
you know, they also still have a lot of cards left in library, so...
Because also, this is a bolus colored, like, setup, right? Like...
Ooh, yeah. You're really thinking here.
That's kind of weird thing to go in the tank on, because this is my final card in hand. I feel like you snap counter if you have it.
Right. Are they thinking if they want to, like, burn off that Seeker the way here?
It might be. Maybe they have a burn spell that... Oh, Venser.
Venser.
Okay.
Sure. Put him back. Seeker or Gideon? Probably Gideon, right?
This has got to be Gideon. Yeah.
Okay.
Really wish I could equip sword and get in.
Yeah. 1 man off of that.
Other draws of really good note here. We have the Relic Warder would be a powered top deck here. Oh boy.
Logu. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Make a token. Luckily, if my opponent attacks with Mirror and Crusader, they can't like block. So
Yeah. And then all of a sudden they're actually taking quite a bit there. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah. I would like, again, if I draw another land, this looks very nice because I can play Gideon and equip Sword. If I draw a spell, which I can cast anything that isn't Elish Norn in the deck. Hi.
Cool. Well, we're close to Elish Norn anyway.
Right. Elish Norn versus Moloku. Elish Norn versus this board
Elish
is
Norn wins
incredible.
that pretty easy.
Elish Norn versus this board is incredibly powerful.
So unless they have, I don't know, is Passive Negation still in the cube? I think it's the only counterspell that gets us here. Let's see. How much damage can they deal to Gideon?
A lot. They can deal 6 if I block Mirror Crusader with Seeker of the Way.
So probably. Okay, sure.
Hey, buddy, I'll pay that. Like,
I think you know what it is.
Thank
I
you.
think they think we're sandbagging a land. In which case this means that we cannot, then equip Sword, which would be bad for them.
That, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. And they probably think Baze is irrelevant at this point in the game.
Yeah, totally. We don't 7 drops in the mono white deck.
Right, like what could that possibly be?
So do you want to just get rid of Venser?
Gideon dies if I do that.
Does Gideon die regardless?
I could choose to let Gideon survive by blocking Mirren Crusader with Seeker of the Way, and Gideon would take 6. I don't like that a lot.
Yeah, I would. The other option is to say, Gideon, pluses, he has to attack at everything, and then we can get in with Seeker. But, considering Elish Norn might be coming down next turn anyway.
If Elish Norn is coming down next turn anyway, do we need to kill the Venser?
No. Then what do we do with Gideon?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this saves us some time. And it makes them, tap all their creatures. Yeah.
I'd like attacking with Seeker of the Way, but they have way too good of a block with Moloku.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So anyway, they make the token because it's incredibly relevant here.
So we know that they have at least 2 lands in hand.
Yep. 2 lands in hand.
Because they dazed and Moloku'd.
Now the hope is that they play a non-island. That would be like the most revealing thing they could possibly do. This is everybody attacks at Gideon.
Yep.
Now, do I just let Gideon fall, or do I block Mirror and Crusader? I think I just let Gideon fall.
Yeah, I think you do. Because then you can attack with Seeker of the Way to get in with that sort of body in mind.
Right. Like, if I draw a land, I play Elish Norn. If I draw in anything else, I equip Sword and attack. Under some tremendous pressure here.
I play Island. Okay. Now, do you have another counterspell in hand, friend?
You used that Daze. Do you have another one for me? I'm very happy you used the Daze. Oh, thank God.
Oh my God, yes. Holy shit.
Now, the next problem is I really need to equip that Sword to Elish Norn.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, this is a 100% necessary thing to do, because if Treachery comes down, I lose the game. Like, we've already seen Control Magic, and this is a very powerful blue player, so...
Man, and then they get 3 through flyers every time? Holy shit.
Yeah, like, we lose the game basically on, like, our opponent looks at us and we lose the game.
I mean, we have, ways out, immediately.
Yeah, right.
Like that. Like that guy. Like, that's exactly the card I was thinking of when I said that.
I'm glad that, our deck is very much just, showing us exactly the card we're talking about.
Yeah, right?
Anyway,
Ooh, and Elish Norn is very nice now.
Elish Norn makes 4/4s?
Yeah. Elshnor's also 6'9".
Very nice. So
There it is. Okay, cool.
that was really good because
Yeah.
we basically the days was a very smart play by our
It
opponent
was.
on a level of like trying to play against what we're thinking, but on the other, it very much allowed us to play this Elishnorn.
And not get destroyed by it.
So I want War Priest to Thune in, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. How much on first year Revoker stays in for definitely?
Oh yeah, Revoker has enough things to do in this game.
Because we definitely saw.
I could upgrade Revoker to like Linvala.
Oh, that'd be good actually. Yeah.
Like we didn't
Actually,
see
yeah. Because we really only saw that Maloku was the thing we wanted to shut down with that, right?
they have Jace the Mind Sculptor, right? Like,
Oh, probably. We should assume that they do.
do we want Git Probe in this match?
I feel like that against the counterspell deck, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, so let's say War Priest to Thune and Linvala.
Mm-hmm. Relic Warder ended up being pretty good.
Yeah, Relic Warder would have been a very nice top deck at any point. So let's put Probe in, and then we need to make 2 cuts.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
I feel like Spirit of the Labyrinth is okay. Well, like our opponent's blue, it
They're gonna want
allows
to draw
us.
lots of cards.
Yeah. It's like Elspeth Sun's Champion or something like that. Like, is that what
Or
I
is it
want?
smaller Elspeth?
Maybe smaller Elspeth.
Yeah. And then what's her second cut after that?
Oh, God, this feels so bad. Like,
Maybe it's Baneslayer after that?
I kind of want to have a big threat like Baneslayer. Though,
Yeah, but I'm mostly thinking that like if they have,
ooh,
a way
Wall
to
of Omens.
treachery it.
Wall of Omens.
Yeah, sure, that can come out. That's a filler card anyway.
Yeah, so like that can be the easy get probe split. So then one more cut here, and I'm not sold that it's Elspeth.
Okay.
Elishnorn is obviously in.
Yep. Uh,
Is Gideon worth one?
I don't think Gideon did much that game, did he?
They do have mind control, but that's why we brought in War Priest of Thune. Why keep Finks? Because we only saw the blue half of their deck, but I'm assuming they do have a removal half of their deck, and I want something that is hard to kill.
Yeah.
Like, I assume their other color is
I
red.
mean, a lot of their removals. Well, yeah, because they had a lot of red stuff.
I feel like
So, yeah,
Spectral's
then
fine.
I'd say probably Gideon or Spectral Possession.
This feels really weird. But
Yeah.
like Gideon didn't feel very good in that last one.
Not at all.
It literally felt blank. Anyway, let's move along. Maybe we'll change our mind. Do we see any non-blue? We saw Fire Ice, and I see Crucible Wasteland here.
Yeah,
so,
hell yeah, I do.
So
Oh my god. And I see Git Probe.
yeah, I
Which
like
is a really good term on play.
right, especially if they lead with a duel. Yeah,
And,
Fire.
like, even if we just make our opponent spend a card on like dazing Git Probe.
All right, show me your hand. Give me the information I seek.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah,
3 lands, Jace, Venser, Moloku. Looks
none
like
of them. None of them non-basic.
yeah.
So really hoping to find that strip mine pretty quick, I think.
God, I'm probably gonna want to play that War Priest.
Yeah, just get him down and get him attacking.
Right.
You didn't see any enchantments in hand, so
No.
yeah.
Well, also I need to be able to answer Jace. So Island, Mountain, and then the 3 top end cards.
Yeah.
Anyway, we want to play Plains because I want to be able to Spectral on 3, and we're going to play the War Priest to be able to pressure the Jace. We need to be able to pressure the Jace. This is very important.
And then we can swords the Moloku.
Yep.
And we didn't see any counter spells in hand.
No. So in the turns, they could have drawn a counter, but the hope is that
Yeah.
they did not. They obviously could have drawn one of many different counters, like Days, or...
Yeah, sure.
Sure do wish I could top deck Strip Mine. That would be a
That'd be fantastic.
killer.
wonder what they go for here. Probably brainstorm.
The Jason makes me really want Phyrexian Revoker for certain.
Oh, that'd be yeah, absolutely.
Like, we kind of assumed the Jace was... Okay.
Interesting.
I'm okay with that.
It's like that doesn't stop us from just playing War Priest and like continuing to threaten.
Right. And say our opponent, like, plays Moloku here.
We just swords it.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're playing on 5, that's great because then they can't even make a token.
Now, the reason I'm holding the Wasteland as a surprise here is specifically for that reason. I don't want my opponent to, like, be specifically knowledgeable that Wasteland is a capability that I have.
Yeah.
It's something I probably am going to play within the couple of turns here. We're also, like, getting close to having, like, you know, power setup here if I end up drawing, like, I'd love to draw a fetch land right now.
Yeah, fetch land would be great. Or just what if we just drew Fast Bond?
I mean, Fast Bond,
It doesn't do a ton right now, because, yeah, we still need them to have no non-basics to do anything.
Right. So, alright.
Okay,
If that's
sure
what Chase
thing.
is doing, like, I'm fine with this world.
Yeah.
Ancestral Visions is exiled, alright.
Okay. Okay, and they played a land, which means that they... I was wondering, because if they had, like, didn't play any lands, that's like, ooh.
I can't resolve that through Venser.
No.
However, can I force Venser on, like, War Priest?
Oh, that'd be good. Because that means that, like, he has to +2 his Jace to do anything. And then we can... Well, no, we don't want to swords the Jace, or the Venser, because, you know...
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to force the Venser now.
Yep.
The reason... Now, the other thing... Oh, man, maybe this is actually kind of bad. They could play pretty well against this. The moment I played the O-Ring, I've now regretted it because they have a very good counterplay that just gets Jace some counters.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's not the best.
No, but I mean, it's better than, like, exiling your own War Priest and not doing anything, I think.
Right.
Because it still forces them to, like...
It consumes the resource of the Venser, but it is going to allow them to basically get the Jace back as a... That was weird. Did you see that? They moved exile zones.
That's weird.
Anyway, the other thing is, though, our opponent our opponent Venser's here. They get Jace back with 3 counters. They're probably going to brainstorm, which is not great for us, but we do still have the O-Ring.
Right.
Like it's not like it's countered immediately.
And they're running pretty low because we know Moloko and not the other cards. And now they could have basically anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say now we have absolutely no idea what's in their hand.
Okay,
Red,
so
so
now
red
they
is
play
definitely
Moloko.
their.
And then they can make a token right away.
I'm very happy with Moloku seeing play because it means I can.
Strip mine, come to us.
I think I slam that.
Oh yeah. So
then we O-Ring.
Which they have no way to, you know, counter at this point.
I think I'm gonna play the Wasteland.
Okay. And then, do we swords Moloku now?
We have to.
Yeah, that's yeah.
If I don't swords Moloku now, there's way too huge of a threat coming up. I realize this means Crucible could easily be countered, but like I have to do it this way.
Right, because otherwise they can just start they can just make a bunch of flyers and we're basically dead unless we draw you know,
Yeah.
the one thing. Then we probably attack with War Priest, right? Or do we want to hold back in case they have something nuts?
Like, do I want this trade?
Yeah, do you want Venser off the table, basically?
Well, if I attack, I think he takes 2 and hits me back for 3. He's winning this clock.
Yeah, fair enough. Then yeah, maybe we just hold off.
Anyway, we have a couple turns here. Once again, so he's still in brainstormed cards.
Okay, so there's that land from last time that we already knew about.
Ooh,
SoFi,
okay.
that's no
SoFi.
good.
That's going on so there goes War Priest of Thune too.
Yeah, yikes.
That's a powerful top deck.
Mm-hmm. You draw a card. That's the tough part. So, Baneslayer?
Finks is a good one.
Finks doesn't
Finks isn't bad.
doesn't quite do it, but yeah, it's not bad.
Well, let's slam
I guess
down.
we just show that we have the combo, you know. And I mean, like,
Basically, I want to put it into play now because I feel like if my opponent untaps, they're too.
they're gonna have They're gonna be able to stop everything else. Yeah.
Well, this will never resolve past that, and. Okay.
So basically, we just have to hope that Strip Mine is somewhere in our next few cards.
Yeah.
Because if it is, then like, who cares about your Ancestral popping off? Like, you don't have any lands to play it with.
Right. Going straight for the dome with that.
Wow. Well, because he just gain life back if he kills the things, right?
Yeah. Okay, I feel like we're pretty dead here.
Basically.
We did not have any pressure to actually put on the Jace. Like, we didn't have a real 3 to play was probably the biggest killer. Like,
Right.
I guess
we did, but it was special procession
right,
and we got countered.
right. Like, we didn't resolve a real 3, and we didn't have multiples to go after it. Like, our threat, I guess, our threat density was too low. Let's put it that way. Because
And our opponent just has too many cards.
we only had War Priest of Thune and Spectral Procession, and War Priest isn't in the deck to be a threat. It's in the deck to be like a counter,
Right.
as well as like a threat. Like, it's not the greatest.
Right, we put it in because we wanted it to do stuff like get rid of, nothing that showed up this game, but
Right. 8 cards in my opponent's hand.
yeah. What do they got? Thada, that's gets them a little bit. Are we?
I think we're dead. Like,
Yeah.
if I play Blade Splicer and it resolves, I go to 1 rather than die.
Right, because he can't attack with their creatures.
I don't believe a player with so many cards in hand has nothing, though, is the
Yeah.
trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back, I think we definitely want to
Revoke your back.
revoke her back. Do we want to take out the Linvala? Or do we still want to keep that?
I like that as a threat.
Yeah.
Um,
Someone comes out. War Piece of Thune, like, has like a target.
yeah, we've only seen a
But-
target there.
And I feel like we have O-Ring, we have Council's Judgment, we have Lean and Relic Wielder. Like, we have a good amount of stuff that, does get rid of that already.
Do we still want the Git probe? I think we
That's a
still
good
do.
question.
I think we still do. Do
Yeah.
we want Day in? I feel like we don't. I feel like Day to answer a
No.
1/1 flyer is not like we were on the back
Yeah.
foot in that game. It wasn't like
But
we
like
were.
like any of our removal spells would have gotten. I mean, I guess we drew a good number of them, but Gideon could have actually in that matchup actually would have helped a good amount. To be quite
Yeah.
honest,
Now
like,
that I
it
know more
basically
about,
would have locked off his sword.
if he gets a big board off of Maloku, we've lost the game anyway.
Yeah.
Like there's no way of Day of Judgment is resolving. Like, if it gets to that point in the game, we're already gone. I feel like Gideon's the other card I think about bringing in here, but I don't.
But what comes out for it?
No, maybe small Elspeth.
Yeah, trade out Planeswalkers. That feels right.
I'm not sold on this, but I'm gonna see how this goes. We're on the play in this one, though.
We are.
Yes.
Yeah. Spirit of Labyrinth kind of turns off visions
Mm-hmm.
if it gets to stick around.
I also really want to play it on 2.
Oh yeah.
And there's a vision.
Yep. And now they can daze it, but that seems fine. Do we play? Ooh. Yeah, probably play. I don't know if we want to play Strip Mine.
Wait, do I just strip this island?
Maybe that's just the best thing. I'm wondering if we want to get a spirit down first, though.
I'm gonna strip the land.
Yeah.
I'm not certain either if that's right, but I feel like there's a chance our opponent has to make a yep. See, now they can't
Cool.
daze.
And now they can't daze. Yep. Now they have no way to counter our spirit.
Yeah, that was what I was kind of fishing for.
Cool.
And oh sweet, we have threats on time.
Oh yeah. Now Brainstorm doesn't work. Jace the Mind Sculptor doesn't work.
Right. Like Spirit of the Labyrinth is a strong thing to have in play right now.
Like if they can't get rid of it in the next 2 turns, their vision does literally nothing.
Yes.
Because they draw 1 card off it, then they don't get a card off the draw step.
Yes. Main phase fetch. What you grabbing, bud?
Taiga.
Fire.
That like burn for us?
Yeah,
Yeah, fire would do it.
Fire. No,
Is it charm? Alright,
Okay.
sure. Ooh.
Man, I would love to top deck I would have loved to have like Crucible there instead, but
Mm-hmm.
you know.
God, Crucible at this point just
Yeah.
wins us the game.
They resolved Crucible would end this. Dak, huh?
Back Faden.
I assume you're just gonna be looting.
Yeah, makes
Man,
sense.
no wonder they killed our spirit.
Yeah. Jesus, that fucking just shut them down.
Alright. So worth Council's judgmenting on that.
I don't know. Like, I feel like Council Judgment's how we get is like our get out of here immediately card.
Right, so do I just attack Dak?
I think he might just attack Dak. Because then he can do it again next turn. If he has a removal spell, we can't really do anything about it, but then we can cancel.
Well, if he has a removal spell, it's Finks.
Right.
So he gets us. He basically gets to see 10 cards this turn,
Yeah.
which that's
Jesus.
fun. Welcome to Vintage, by the way. This is what
Yeah.
you do. You get
Oh,
to,
yeah.
You get to see 1,000 cards, and
Basically, I think we already have something resolved.
it's gonna be very hard to resolve anything. Yeah. And then they loot.
Now, if we could resolve a sort of body and mind.
Oof. Yeah. We're in game 3 of round 1. Our opponent is mono blue-ish. They're splashing red. This is the first game we've seen red cards, honestly. Like,
Yeah, it's fire ice before.
yeah, in each other game it was flat mono blue, and then in this game we've finally seen like fire ice. They only played the ice part of it, but now we're finally seeing.
So we see 4 land cards in the graveyard already, plus
3
on
and
the battlefield,
10 cards in hand.
and cards in the hand.
I love that sentence. All right, and they discarded 2 more land.
Yep. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Uh-oh.
Okay, great.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
So they're on 5. So this is gonna be Malogu.
If they tap out for Maloku, that's poor form. Like, you lose
Yeah.
doing that.
That's fair.
Like, I Council's Judgment, you don't have a counter spell up, and I kill Dak.
Mm-hmm. Grim Lavamancer. That seems pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
And they got a counter spell up, pretty obviously.
Right.
So we just attack Dak. Yeah.
Do I want to slam something into this counterspell? Like, do I want a Baneslayer here?
I mean, you gotta start eating through the counter wall at some point, right?
Yeah, let's try eating into it. Daze me. You've seen half your deck. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
So anyway, count. Okay.
Venser. That's
Happy to
interesting.
see that. Happy to see that one of all counters used.
Yeah.
Like, it gets him board position, but it doesn't actually counter. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've gotten rid of the deck. Our opponent's been seeing 1 billion land.
Yeah,
So
that's a big thing.
I'd love
They've
to
seen
resolve.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically 11 lands if you include that Mox Emerald.
Yeah, which I do. I would.
Yeah.
So
Like, I doubt they're playing 17 lands plus Emerald on top.
yeah, they could. Their power level of their cards is high enough.
Mm-hmm. If we draw a land, do we Baneslayer again? Instead of like Sun Titan? Or Elspeth? I think so, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Because that gets around any sort of like
It gets around days. It gets
daze
around.
shenanigans, yeah.
Like the problem with Baneslayer, it certainly is that it's very easy to like just throw control magic down on.
Mm-hmm.
But the other half of that is that we are holding Council's Judgment,
Right.
so we're not like just dead in the water to that.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to Sun Titan for Strip Mine
Oh, that'd be great.
for being.
Or we have to cancel Judgment that, or at least try to. Then again, they really can't get by Baneslayer with that, can they?
They're holding a counter spell. Clearly, it's just a matter of
Which one?
yeah, what are they holding? Like if I go for Council's Judgment and they're holding Mana Leak, I get through.
Right. But if they have Counterspell, you don't, and that's our only removal spell. Well, if they put the sword on Venser and you Elspeth -3, then Elspeth dies to Grim Lavamancer, we get rid of the Venser and then the sword still rise. That's not a great plan.
I was gonna say, I think I just plus Elspeth if that resolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's attack first because our opponent should use the Lavamancer, which would restrict their. Because there's no way this is. Like, basically, there's no point in leaving this to block. Well, I guess I could leave this to block. It would force their hand into using the Lavamancer.
Right.
They clearly have a counterspell. I'm gonna choose to believe that it's. Like, okay, honestly, this is likely just counterspell flat, but if it's Mana Leak, we're living fine.
Yeah, we didn't see them discard Mana Leak or anything like that. We didn't see them discard lesser counterspells.
Right. We have seen our opponent play Mana Leak in round 1, so we've seen counterspell, we've seen Mana Leak, we've seen Daze, we've seen Izzet Charm, and Izzet Charm is in the yard, and we've only seen it in this one. So the idea here is that if it is Mana Leak, we're fine. Okay, fetching.
Interesting. Yeah, the Lavamancering in response, just in case we decide that we want to choose the Lavamancer?
I think so.
Yeah. Because they don't actually know what we want to vote for yet.
Right, he doesn't get to know until resolution.
Okay, getting rid of the first half of the Finks,
Yep.
which is smart.
I'm happy to gain some life back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's...
Vote for something else, vote for something else, vote for something else.
Never
Dang.
happens. It only happens in Alright.
So that basically confirms they have Mana Leak, right?
Feel confident in that one. However, getting rid of Sword got rid of their hugest clock and the hugest threat that they had. So
now they can like Grim Lavamancer to get rid of like Kitchen Finks once, but then they can attack for 2 every turn.
right. So like maybe if they like tap out for a Moloku on that point, like they don't have a threat right now. And they need to produce one. And we can produce our hand is all threats.
Right. So we just start with Baneslayer, see if that sticks.
I think it depends on what our opponent taps out for here.
Logo. Okay. And that still leaves Mana Leak up.
Yeah, that still leaves Mana Leak up. Heck, they even chose not to leave Lavamancer up. That's interesting.
They could have just straight blue counterspell.
Yeah.
At least they're signaling that.
I think I want Baneslayer to resolve so that I try to resolve anything else.
Okay. So do you want to try Sun Titan or Elspeth then?
I want to try Sun Titan, I think.
Yeah, to get that strip mine back so we can get rid of like his Temple of Enlightenment.
Yeah, we're also immune to daze, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm. Because they got that one last land that we needed.
So the idea here is that I want to force the counterspell on non-Baneslayer, because Baneslayer does answer Moloku enough.
Mm-hmm.
It puts us in a tetchy in this tetchy position where we can sit back and hold. Like we can,
Right, because they need to have
hold.
so many 1/1s to get through a 5/5 lifelinker.
Yeah, it's actually incredible, and there's no way that would realistically happen.
Especially if we can bring a strip mine back constantly to
strip mine,
even further dwindle their lands.
Strip mine doesn't work with Moloku.
Oh,
on the
good
board.
point. Good points. Then do we bring back the spirit this time? Or do we just bring back, do we just assume we can get rid of the Moloku and get back strip mine?
I don't think there's a point in bringing back the spirit. I'm gonna bring back the strip mine so that I can play a little more around mana. Like this gives me anti-mana leak mana for Baneslayer.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Also, the other cool thing, like yes, our opponent can use Moloku to save the land, but the land is gone and they no longer are holding up double blue in that instance. You know.
That's true.
So
yeah. Okay, so they can also do the fun trick where they get to scry every turn now.
Yeah. Also, they were smart enough to not use their final mana because I would have strip mined in response to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, main reason why I would say Spirit of Labyrinth is that I think that the way our opponent gets out of this game is by drawing more cards.
The problem is that they have an onboard answer.
Oh, that's good point. I keep forgetting about the dang Lava Man.
It's just there, so there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, are we going to attack with Sun Titan?
Yes, 100%.
So then, do we want to strip mine an island, pre-combat?
I can get rid of double blue, right?
Yeah, you can, because you can Sun Titan, strip mine an island, get the strip mine back, and then, strip mine an island again.
Okay.
And that means that they can only have mana leak for you?
Which I can pay for. I have 8 mana on that. So
yeah.
They should obviously be smart enough to know what I'm doing.
They tap that land and they return it to their hand.
The other thing is I need to do these stripping mid-combat, so that's fine. So now let's move to combat. I will attack with Finks.
Yeah, they could decide.
Are they icing me?
Ooh.
Same effect. It's fine because their blue's still tapped. It's the same effect.
So then we don't get to attack with that, but that's basically okay. And then we get Baneslayer down, which stops Moloku from being a huge threat.
Yeah. Because they cannot counterspell, they could only mana leak, which I can afford. If they had a control magic, I feel like they would have control magic the Sun Titan.
Yeah,
because they have
right.
DAC and things like that.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a good one.
Anyway, Kitchen Finks is now dead. Rip it in peace.
That's the Kitchen Finks.
Oh no, that's my face.
Oh.
Okay.
Interesting. Did they just view the Finks as a non-entity now?
They probably think that they can just kill it anytime I try to go into combat.
That's fair.
Really, the Baneslayer is the most important card in play, bar none. Oh, 5 cards in hand, and 2 of them are land, right?
Yes.
Or is it one of them?
At least one of them is land.
One of them is a land. One of them is a known land. One of them is a known island that we tried to strip mine.
Yes. The Temple of Enlightenment is back.
Oh, that makes more sense. They don't want us to pick up Finks with Sun Titan.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
That's pretty
I suppose.
reasonable. I'm more looking at the fact that we continuously have this strip mine, but
I guess we also just have. I guess the reason why we're playing. Oh boy, perfect.
Do I want to Elspeth to beta counterspell? Not yet. I want to
Yeah,
go.
okay.
I'm gonna go to combat first.
Yeah,
No,
let's attack first.
do I want to attack with Baneslayer? I don't think so.
No, because they just get chumped and then get him for more damage with Maloku and all our friends. But now that goes off, so we get the strip mine back. Do we strip mine the Temple of Enlightenment or an island?
I don't think I'd try to target anything here.
Okay.
I think I just honestly try to sword step Maloku, but
Yeah, I think but we definitely bait the counterspell first.
well, the problem is like I don't know if Elspeth is strong enough to bait the counterspell of all things.
Yeah, they're just gonna try to. Yeah, they're just gonna jump with everything.
No,
Oh man.
they're killing Sun Titan here. They're
Well,
gonna,
right, that's what I mean. Like, which like fine.
I think now is when I want to plow Maloku here.
Okay.
I could plow Venser to like save Sun Titan.
You could, but then we also like already have a Baneslayer on the field,
Right.
and we're potentially making an Elspeth.
We don't need game-ending threats. We already control them. So
Right.
let's see your counterspell. I can't actually cut them off blue, and I don't feel like
Right.
Elspeth is actually strong enough to. Funnily enough, I feel like that's actually the problem here.
And this will actually be the test to see if they've had any counterspells the entire time.
If they do not counter this, then they literally are not holding a counterspell, and I am certain of that fact.
Which is amazing, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Unless they could still just have mana leak.
Right, that's why I wanted to do this first, because like the
Oh,
other
good
problem,
call.
the other problem is that Elspeth doesn't actually bait mana leak because I have 9 land.
Right.
So like I play Elspeth and they go okay, and then I swords and they're like mana leak it. I think right now they're not debating counters because again I feel like if they had a counter, this is a snap. I think they're
Right.
debating how many 1/1s they make.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Also, our strip mine finally turns on once
Once Maloku's gone, hell
once
yeah, it
Maloku's
does.
dead.
I mean, we also lose our way of, our method of using it, but... Alright, so it's gone.
Okay, they didn't make 1/1s. I'm actually kind of surprised at that.
Mm-hmm. And, like, it went to exile, so...
Yeah, it's gone. Anyway, I'm not going to try Elspeth because...
Yeah, we don't need to. And, she's actually in risk for a mana leak at this point, so... Why bother?
Right.
Maybe they're gonna Wrath here. What could they have as a Wrath?
I don't know.
If they have another white source, they get a Supreme Verdict.
Upheaval?
People will be pretty good.
Well,
Well, Kitchen Finks definitely gets in.
I think Baneslayer finally gets to attack too.
Yeah, Baneslayer does.
Holding up the mana leak mana.
You're, I'm just imagining this person like, hey, they got it.
Did they just draw that?
They might have. Do we Mirror Crusader now? Or do we just strip mine?
I feel like I just strip mine the temple.
Yeah, let's just strip mine their only white source.
Well, like, the other thing here is I don't want to, like, play Mirrored Crusader into a daze.
Yeah, that's fair. Cause like
Also, what the hell's the point of Mirrored Crusader when a Grim Lavamancer's on the table?
you've got a point.
Like, I can't cut them off of red either, so Mirrored Crusader's kind of fake. Anyway,
Right,
goodbye.
so this is Finks gone
Goodbye,
for
Finks.
certain.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have a 3-turn clock,
Also, we have a...
and we have a time, clock on our opponent. And a library clock, to be quite honest.
They still have power cards left. Like Jace is a top deck they could get that would be very powerful for them. Okay, Monastery Mentor only
You're
works.
a little late there, buddy. I'll probably wait for the Mentor for when we can actually cast the non-creature spell.
Oh, did they finally have something for me? Wow.
Burst Lightning kicked plus Grim Lavamancer does get Baneslayer.
Do I just run these both out then? Or is that like...
I don't think so. Like, they'd have to kill the Mentor, right?
Right, and then they take 4 from Mirror Crusader.
Yeah. Let's say if you run both out, then you draw a sword.
Well,
then you could, like, save the one that you didn't, kill off, but then you just risk, like... Yeah.
I'm gonna just run them both out. I don't know how much I like this, but I feel like I need to at least be taking forward action, or else I'm not going to be winning.
Mm-hmm.
And this pressures my opponent in another way, especially like top decking the sword.
Right.
The Grim Lavamancer is something we did just not know about either. That was
yeah. Especially after they like dacked and all that stuff. Like,
so
wow.
Goodbye Monastery Mentor 100%. Like, there's no way you kill anything but Monastery Mentor here, especially while I'm empty-handed. Do they have, like, control magic on me? No, Thada Adel.
Okay.
What are my stealable artifacts? Oh, God, sword.
Yes, yikes. O-ring. That gets the, that takes out the Grim Lavamancer.
And then I have to...
You just leave the Mirror Crusader back, yeah. Because, like, Thada Adel just, like, it just gets sword and wins, right? And, I mean, they could, like, Jace the Mind Sculptor, bounce our Mirror Crusader,
yeah,
get in anyway here, but, like, what are we going to do against the Jace at this point, anyway?
Right.
Thundermaw,
Hi.
no!
Hi. That's new.
Baneslayer, no.
That's new.
Oh, boy.
Okay,
hey!
now we don't care.
Now they're dead. Now they just straight lose.
If this connects, the game is over. So is this can't be counterspell?
They use counterspell. So they have mana drain.
Yeah, like, do you have mana drain? You can't leak because I have 5 mana.
Yeah.
Your blocker is blue, and you have 10 cards in library. This is it. Also, if you had 20 cards in library, you'd lose.
It wouldn't matter. We would deal, and we would get 2 wolves.
Ooh, we get 2 wolves.
Oh.
Kabanaw, we made it.
Holy shit. I need to know what they had in their hand.
If sword happens, you lose. It's a very true statement, but for both players.
Yeah, right? Man.
Holy shit.
That was a good round.
Yeah. Thundermaw Hellkite, they were a lot redder than we thought.
Yeah. Like, really red. Like, burst lightning? Where the hell did that come from?
Right. Like, okay, they had Burst Lightning, Is It Charm, Dak Faden, Thundermaw Hellkite, Grim Lavamancer, all red cards we never saw in 1 and 2.
Fire? We confirmed that they had fire, to be quite honest.
Well, like, we knew they did. They played ice.
I know.
But
like, we never saw them play fire, quite honest.
Right. Fire was never confirmed. There were rumors
You only
of
saw they
fire.
had red sources and also were playing fire, so what does that even mean?
Right. Rumors. There's some unconfirmed rumors of fire.
We don't know if they had any white in their deck, do we?
No. I thought, honestly,
I think the temple was just... Yeah, I think that the temples they were playing were just for Scry.
compare swords to modern equipment and weep, yeah. Well, like, when Mighty Datron says modern equipment, the word modern is not format. Modern format. It is modern in like...
Today's format.
Well, it's funny because Sword of Body and Mind is printed from a modern set in that sense. Like, it's not...
Right.
It's, like, Scars of Mirrodin isn't like some ancient set where they didn't know what they were doing.
No. Like, it's been a while since we've had really good equipment. Well, actually, we've had some, like, standard playable equipment recently. We had, that +X+O and First Strike number of instants and sorceries in your yard. That was playable.
That was 5 years ago.
Deck. That was a recent deck, wasn't it?
That was 5 years ago. That was first Innistrad, which was 5 years ago.
No, that card came back recently, didn't it?
I don't think it saw play the second time it was around. It only saw play when it was with Pulver. Also, we're moving along.
Yeah. I saw an interesting question recently, which was
Ghost Fireblade. Ghost Fireblade was playable.
yes,
in
that was the one
recent-
that was definitely playable in standard because there was all those colorless creatures. Um, if you're playing Theros, like triple Theros, do you play a like
Uh-oh. Luckily, I'm
yikes?
holding like the exact cards I want in this matchup, but
Yeah. Do you play a do you play a temple over a plains, like a white temple over plains?
in Theros
In
format,
Theros, yeah.
I play like 6.
Mm-hmm.
Like, assuming my deck doesn't have a reason for needing that many like basics, which it doesn't in that format. It's all about colored mana sources.
Mm-hmm.
Seeker of the Way. That's a good top deck.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, great.
Young
Peasy, oh
Peasy.
boy.
Oh boy.
Well, if we can make it up to 7 mana, I think we're in the clear.
Quite honestly, if I can play Baneslayer Angel, I feel like we're in the clear. Anyway, Seeker's going to immediately try to make a trade.
Oh, you mean Elspeth? Like,
Right, Elspeth is pretty good here too.
if we make it to
just
4, and we're basically like sitting kind of tidy.
I'm really happy that Forest allows us to fix for this Sphinx.
Yeah.
Alright, so Seeker of the Way's dead, right? Yeah,
Rift.
okay.
Yes,
Like, there's no way they don't just...
absolutely not.
However,
Now it's going to be very hard for them to not let like Kitchen Finks trade or something. Oh, hello land off the top.
I don't know if I play it, though.
No, I think you go with Plains. I think you wait until you stabilize before you play Flooded Strand,
Yeah.
or until you really need it.
Yeah, I don't want to fetch.
Good news is 6 cards in hand versus 4.
Right, also powerful cards in that I have a turn 4 Elspeth and a turn 5.
Oh, that's a bit of a well. We have O-ring.
I think I just have to flat O-ring that.
Yeah, basically. Good news is that they're not attacking us this turn, unless they really, really want to go for it. Like,
Right, they really have to be, like, spicy for damage if they want, and I'll block, too.
oh god, absolutely. What?
Like, buddy. Oh, sweet.
I mean, I guess if he does this, then we definitely won't gain life off that Kitchen Finks.
I don't care. Like, we
Yeah.
save the 2 life by blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yes, we have to O-ring because we have Baneslayer hanging out.
Yeah. Well, if I had any non-basics, Fast Spawn would be, well, never mind. I forgot we don't have Crucible yet.
Yeah, we don't have
I was sure
Crucible
that it's a
yet.
3-card combo, not just the 2. So yeah, Plains O-Ring for the Sulfuric Vortex.
They
You
should
wanna
not they should not have Vortex post combat because I would have gained the 2 life off of Kitchen Finks because I would have immediately blocked up a Goblin Guide 100%.
Yeah,
Their play was correct.
Yeah, fortunately against Mono Red, O-Ring is a 100% always going to hit, never going to go away card. So
And I'm not
Vortex is gone forever.
I'm not playing the Fast Bond because I want to be playing Baneslayer next turn. I don't want to take damage. Like, every point is important at this point in the game.
Fortunately, we know that they don't have one top end card.
Okay, sweet. I'm very happy with them spending burn spells that isn't like a double burn oh god, that's terrible.
Jeez.
We might just lose right there.
How much is that? That's
9.
8. 9, Jesus.
9.
So we're down to 3. Yeah, we might just be dead. Do we have any way to gain life immediately?
No, it has to be Baneslayer and pass.
Yep.
And even then, like, 2 cards in hand, and like, it doesn't matter here.
Yeah.
Because 2 cards in hand, there's no way they,
They could probably just sack 2 mountains and then burn our face out, right?
yeah. Even with me playing Elspeth instead of Baneslayer there, because I can't click on cards, there's no way that, yeah.
Yeah, they just had it.
Well,
just had
the big thing is I already knew that because they had missed land drops for 3 turns.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
All right, so what cards? I think we have a lot of cards we can take out at this point.
Yeah, we have a lot of cards we can take out. Anything over
So
5
Spirit of
cost
Labyrinth does nothing.
anything over 5 cost to be entire. Oh, War Priest of Thune comes in.
Yep. Then again, Spirit of Labyrinth is just a 3/1.
Yeah,
It's a burn spell or like. Yeah, Elspeth, Sun Champion, Sun Titan, Elish Norn can all just Well,
I guess you're right. I didn't show the Baneslayer with my misplay. Good. Power.
so then again, do we want to keep one of them in? Like, which
Yeah,
one of those best wins us the game if it comes down?
Elish Norn locks combat. Fiend, like, Elish Norn just locks out combat and we win.
Yeah.
Is the sword any good? Here's the problem. The question isn't, is the sword good? We're actually having to ask the opposite question here of, is the main deck,
Is Dave Judgment good
what,
in this matchup?
what my sideboard is good, not what in my main deck is bad. Because I have a lot of cards I want out. Like, I actually probably don't want the Crucible Fastbot combo, to be entirely honest. I probably don't care about Strip or Wasteland.
Strip Mine is still fine.
Yeah.
Because they're playing so few lands that each one really kind of matters.
Right, like, maybe I still want the Crucible because of Strip Mine. But I don't... Honestly, maybe I keep this combo in because I don't have the ability to bring in enough cards that I care about, you know?
Yeah, well, Dave Judgment, I think, might be a good look at.
What about this?
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide between Elish Norn and Sun Titan just because 6 and 7 can be such a huge difference. And, like, Sun Titan can possibly gain us back life. Like, if we have
That's
Finks
true.
in the yard.
If we have Finks in the yard. We also, I do need to fit another land in. Is there a card I don't actually want? Like, I kind of want the Fastbot set in because of, like, the Strip Mine, but that might be just greedy of me.
I think that might be a little bit greedy. Just like a little bit. And I don't think we want the Flood Strand in because you don't want to spend money fetching. Or life fetching.
Yeah, I don't want to spend money fetching either.
Yeah.
All right,
so then we need to let's just be all planes in one Strip Mine.
17 lands. Nice try. I don't think the blue adds anything. Like,
No.
in the sense that I get Force of Will and Cryptic and every other card are relevant.
Yeah. And then we'd have to be super heavy blue just to get those things to work. So.
Anything else? Like, is Vryn Nightmare any good? I don't know.
No, because, I mean, it makes their counters cost more. Or not their counters, their burn cost more. But, like...
God, I kind of want to keep the... Yeah, let's just rock it.
Well, Wall of Omens,
Yeah, so
Baneslayer, Gideon Jura. Like, those are cards that, like, stop us from losing.
The good thing is that my deck is full of 3s, and the most likely top deck for me is a 3-drop. Outside of, like, a Plains. Because Plains is actually the most likely top deck of all my cards in the deck. But, like,
hey,
any 3-drop I play is at least something.
Well, good thing we have, like, we're taking damage from an Eidolon, but, like, they still can't attack into us very well.
Yeah. Also, funnily enough, Crucible is not dead with Monastery Mentor.
Yeah.
Somehow this card isn't... I only want this in here for the Strip Mine shenanigans. I feel like that's very powerful against a low mana curve deck. I didn't... Ooh, well, also they do have...
Pretty good.
They do actually have non-basics. Okay, so goodbye to Monastery Mentor.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take 2 from taking...
You may take a little bit more if they have this Surge on that guy.
Yeah, they... No.
Oh, okay. Well, they can... Yeah.
I
They're going to take 4.
They could Soul Bond it. Or they could hold it and Soul Bond next turn. Nope, they're
going in for it.
okay.
Well, alright then. Well, they can't... If we block, they can't burn out our 0-4. So hopefully we'll draw something relevant here.
I was say it's getting Plains, but it's fine.
Okay, so as long as we don't get into burn and bull in 1 turn range, I think we're in a pretty good position here.
I'm actually quite happy to see the Lightning Mauler paired.
Yeah.
This is going to be like... Okay, just activate Mutavault.
Yeah, activate that, get in. So this is going to be, what, 6 damage to our face, puts us at 8? Maybe a burn spell's pointed at Wall of Omens.
Yeah.
Do Gideon Jura this turn?
Like Gideon plus?
If you Gideon plus, then, like... Or honestly, if you could Gideon... I think you need to get the life gain down. Man, that first strike on the Baneslayer Angel is so huge.
Well,
Like you have to
luckily,
spend
in yeah, right, because they have to spend a real
they
amount
have
of
to spend
burn.
two burn spells, and like they can't like then just have it like deal combat damage to it and then get rid of it.
Yep. I feel like they have them. I feel like it's going to be like Rift Bolt plus Chain Lightning or something like that.
That'd put him down to one card in hand.
Like, basically, I feel pretty confident that our opponent has 3 live cards. They missed a land drop last turn. Actually, did they miss a land drop last
No,
turn? No, they did
they're
not.
turn 5 and they have
They have
all
not
5
missed,
lands.
they haven't missed a
So
land drop yet, so they actually could be holding any number of land. They haven't
and
missed a
last
land
turn
drop.
they just all they did was activate Mutafall.
Right. They didn't even. Well, that's what's making me think their hand is a bunch of burn.
I mean, they could have burned out Wall of. Well, yeah, I don't know. Like,
I don't think you burn down Wall of Omen. Actually,
yeah,
no. If you have a 2-point burn spell, you burn down the
yeah, you
wall.
burned out Wall of Omens because then like you can have that out of the way forever.
Anyway, I'm going to kill off the Lightning Mauler. If actually, the Mutavault, if given any choice, the Lightning Mauler second, the Falconwrath
Yeah.
Gorger third. Exquisite Firecraft targeting my head.
All right, well then they probably just have like what, like they probably just don't attack here, don't they? Well, that works kind of fine for us because that
No.
means that we can attack them and Gideon Jura.
Yeah, Gideon is pretty powerful here. I want to play that sword, but I don't want to go to bolt range.
Nope.
So let's just attack with Baneslayer and play Gideon.
And Gideon even gets to survive if they don't have any burn to point at him.
Right. And if they do have burn to point at him, like our opponent's
Good.
also at 9, and
Yeah.
their Eidolon might kill them.
Because like at this point we can just kind of sit tighty playing big spells.
Yes. Like I could play sword and equip a Baneslayer for an additional 2 damage. Which, if my life total is safe enough, I will do.
Yeah.
Everybody in a Gideon.
So yeah. So if you like even if they activate Mutavault, you can only deal 6 if we got that Wall of Omens. Now we're at 9, so they got to have really a lot of burn to get us.
Also, any burn they play brings them... Like, they can't play many spells because of the Eidolon of Great Revel. Eidolon will shock us, but it'll also shock our opponent. Like, if I'm able to just play the sword, I will next turn if I have no other plays, because playing the sword takes 2 damage from me, and as long as they don't have lethal burn back at me, like, then Baneslayer gains me back that 2, plus makes a 2/2 body, which is a relevant blocker. Also, it locks them out of 3 or less cost spells if they're at 2.
Man, considering what we have, like looking at our board state right now, it is miraculous that we are alive.
Yes.
Like,
Again,
Wall
this
of
is,
Omens, 6 lands, but like 2/3 cost spells, one of which does nothing.
I feel like I kind of want to cut that Crucible
Yeah,
down.
I think so too.
Just needs to be literally anything.
Like, at this point, I'd rather Crucible of Worlds were Elish Norn.
Yeah.
Because Elish Norn we could play next turn, and it would win us the game instead of... Okay, so they have to do this.
They could flashback Firebolt to kill Wall of Omens, which is kind of
Yeah.
what I want them to do.
That'd be fine.
I would love for our opponent to be tapped out.
Oh, that'd be great.
Another land.
Call them Dark Dwellers, so...
That gets them the Firebolt, which means they take 2 damage from... I guess that gives them...
Yeah, the Exquisite Firecraft, but you know.
Well, the point is, they're going to be casting a spell with the Eidolon, putting them at 7.
And then we can sort of body and mind kill our opponent.
Yeah, because they obviously don't have enough burn to kill me.
Because, like, the one card that they have, I always forget the name of it. It's sack 2 mountains, deals 4
Fireblast?
damage. Fire Blast. Even if the Fire Blast, that gets us down to 3.
Right, and also if they had Fire Blast, they would have killed Baneslayer long ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get you 4 Xaxes.
Go Baneslayer. Sadly, I don't get to see 10 cards. Alright, let's sideboard in relevant cards again.
Yeah.
Let's
So Crucible out.
Crucible out. Like, do I just want, like, Mardu Woe Reaper, even?
What does Martyr Woe Reaper do?
Exile creatures from graveyard, and you gain 1 life on its trigger if it does exile a creature.
That might do something, but
It's certainly better
well,
than. Do we want something like Elspeth to
Big Elspeth might like
muck up the ground?
yeah, like completely. Like, what does their board state look like if we can Elspeth every turn? Like, they have three creatures, one of which can attack into 1/1s.
Like, do I want Mardu War Reaper as a 1 mana 2/1?
You might actually.
I feel like the answer
What
is
does
likely yes.
First in Revoker Resale want? Which of our 3 drops doesn't do anything?
Let's just say not the Elspeth, and we'll just go with this.
Okay, that seems fine. Like Baneslayer, Sun Titan, Gideon are all drops that just turn things around.
This looks pretty solid.
Yeah, any land and we're fine. They're definitely playing first. They mull to 6. Go 5. Go to 5.
They kept.
Go to 5. No, no, they're still deciding whether to mull again.
No, they're deciding on their scry, but
Oh.
it's not telling us that because you can tell because they're on 33 cards.
Oh, I
intact.
see. Good call.
Basically, the Moto interface lies to you. It's very nice.
Cool.
Signet seems useless, but I like the Signet for getting up to these bigger
Yeah.
cards.
They bought a card. Cool. So War Priest definitely comes down on 2. Or do we keep it in case they have
Sulfuric Vortex.
And considering they just got through their turn 2 and we just drew a better 2-drop,
Yeah.
turn 2
Okay.
Lightning Spear your creature doesn't really
Reckless Bushwhacker, huh?
for getting in for. Okay, sure.
Do I
You
pass?
just hold up dodge.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna
You
pass.
just hold up dodge. Yeah.
Well,
Or
or
no,
like,
you destroy it. How we're done.
also, I'm going to just play Monastery Mentor with Sword. Oh no!
Oh nope. Yep.
Give me that mana back, thank you.
That's a nice little feature that they have.
Yeah,
The overtap.
insurance.
Yeah.
Fink's rules here because like this is so hard to burn down.
Holy shit! I can't. I mean, I guess they kept a 6, right? Like.
They kept a 6 and
Then again,
scrying
they kind of
down.
snap kept a 6.
I think they kept the 6. It was a tentative. It looked like it was land heavy, and they were fishing for spells because they were gonna play Goblin Dark Dwellers here. Yeah,
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just gonna dodge.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds great. And it's going at our dome, so we get to keep our
Oh my god.
Thanks off the dodge.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, goodbye. Give me my life back.
Now Martyr Woeweaver does something and gets his life.
Yeah, now Martyr War Reaper will do us something.
Alright, that's pretty good.
Shit. Good thing I have
Baneslayer?
Baneslayer. Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing they haven't really pressured us very much at this point.
Yeah, no shit.
So I guess we just take 6?
Yeah, because I need to attack Chandra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
I mean, if we're Baneslayering, so the next turn they're almost definitely zeroing Chandra. Really? Oh. Shit. We can swords their Zealous Conscripts.
I'll take 11 and die.
Wait, where are you taking 11 from?
6 from Chandra and 5 from Baneslayer Angel. That's good.
Oh,
Stolen.
good point. Okay, well then we got a swords our Baneslayer.
Yeah.
And we do it with a trigger on the stack so we gain the life.
Right. I'm looking at any other alternative to this, and there is none.
Nope.
So it's got to be.
Wait for the trigger to go on the stack so that
Yeah.
they don't take our Finks. And then we swords our own creature to not die.
I mean, we at least gain some life, but
Yeah, we get some life back, which is good. Yikes. We're still taking 9 here.
would like to draw a removal spell so that I can play O-Ring plus removal spell, or like O-Ring plus Monastery Mentor in the same turn.
That'd be really good.
Sun Titan would be very nice here.
Sunset would be great.
So I go to 7, 1 card in hand, so I'm not dead this turn. And then I'm just jamming down some creatures, if nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whew. Yikes.
I want them to burn Mutavault defending is why I'm doing this.
Yeah. So, keep the planes in hand?
Yeah. To fake
Fake anything.
Chandra -2 is very bad for us, but there's no, like, I can't not play both of these.
Right.
Because
right.
not playing both of those results in me immediately losing the game to Chandra's plus.
Mm-hmm.
The reason but this way Chandra dies on a -2, so it's the best I can do.
And then Sun Titan could get us back.
Finks if it's dead.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have to make some pretty shitty blocks here.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be this. I take 6 and go to 1.
Yep.
And I'm likely dead, but these are the blocks we have. Not enough.
Not enough. Too little too late there, Mardu Woe Reaper. I would just like to point out that if that was Big Elspeth, then we would be back in this game.
Not
Kind of.
really.
More back in this game.
I was going to say, if that was Big Elspeth, our opponent goes 0, draws 3 cards, and we're at 1 life. And if the burn player doesn't draw burn spell 3 cards, something has gone horribly wrong for them.
Yeah. Damn, that's Chandra.
Yeah, I didn't. I guess I didn't expect the big buster out of our opponent. You know, that's the game.
I didn't expect this many 5 and 6 drops out of our opponent.
Right. They may have changed things up.
Yeah.
Anyway, we make the.
Oh.
Knocks us the hell out. That was some good magic, though.
Yeah.
By the way, this is
definitely.
There's 2 decks I always bring up that win in the cube. There's the person doing the most unfair thing in the world, and then there's mono red.
Yep.
And the mono red player is generally in a powerful place. So
Did Monastery Mentor ever make any tokens?
no,
Yeah.
Monastery Mentor died twice.
But then again, I don't think we ever cast Monastery Mentor in like a non-dire situation.
That too. We might have tried to cast it early in one of those games where it just got countered, but I don't even think it was there.
You know what? I think it got burned out pretty immediately.
We ran it into a Grim Lavamancer.
Yeah, there was that too, which I would consider, which I would, mark down as a dire situation.
Perfect. But that was some good magic, and I'm glad that we got to show off some fun cube. So, and we're timed well enough for the Hearthstone thingy. So,
Is Hearthstone thingy?
there's a Hearthstone thingy in a little bit from now. So,
Well, I'll have to look at that in the morning.
all right. Well, thank you for joining, Kabanaw.
Yeah.
And
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
That
of
was good.
course. And thank you, everybody in the zoo. Hope you all enjoyed the cube. So, good night, everybody.
Good night.